What if the secret to a richer life was actually spending less? For so many of us, the idea of living in a tropical paradise surrounded by an ancient, vibrant culture feels like a fantasy. It's something you see on Instagram, reserved for the super wealthy or a distant retirement dream. We're taught that a rich life comes with a huge price tag, a bigger house, a faster car, trendier restaurants. But what if that's just not the whole story? What if the path to a life filled with more experiences, more community, and more genuine joy was actually found by ditching that entire mindset? In Thailand, a lower cost of living isn't just about saving money. It's about gaining a ton of experiences that money could never buy. It means trading a miserable commute for a sunset walk on the beach. It means swapping overpriced takeout for world-class street food that costs less than your morning coffee. But let's be real, it isn't a perfect fairy tale. Moving to the land of smiles is a balancing act between the dream and the day-to-day reality of living in a foreign country. In this video, we're not just going to sell you the dream. We're giving you the ultimate guide to how affordability, tradition, and modern life really come together in this modern-day paradise. We'll break down the 7 core realities of balancing a budget and immersing yourself in the culture so you can decide if this life is truly for you. Let's kick things off with the most delicious, can't stop thinking about it part of the Thai dream, the food. You've seen the videos, you've heard the stories. You can walk down almost any street, at any time of day, and be hit by an orchestra of sizzling woks, bubbling broths, and the incredible smell of lemongrass, chili, and garlic. This is the dream of endless, ridiculously cheap, and mind-blowing food. We're talking a steaming plate of pad Thai, a spicy som tum salad, or a few skewers of grilled pork, mu ping. For just a few US dollars, you can eat like a king, exploring a universe of flavors perfected over centuries. It's a culinary adventure that never gets old, and it's a huge reason why people fall hard for this country. Food isn't just fuel here, it's a core part of the culture, a daily celebration of community and flavor that everyone can afford. But here comes the reality check. While you can live on street food, and plenty of people do, living here long-term means finding a more balanced approach. That initial thrill of eating out for every single meal eventually gives way to a craving for a simple home-cooked dinner or a big, fresh salad. And that's when you run into a different side of Thailand's food economy. A trip to a Western-style supermarket will show you that imported goods, things like good cheese, wine, quality olive oil, or your favorite cereal from back home, come with a serious markup. A block of basic cheddar can easily cost you 3 or 4 times what you'd pay in Europe or the US. The reality for most expats is a hybrid model. You embrace the joy and savings of local markets, where you buy fresh produce and meat for a fraction of supermarket prices. You learn to cook your favorite Thai dishes at home. You save the street food feasts for busy days or nights out with friends, and you treat those pricey imported goods as an occasional splurge. So, while you can still find a fantastic 50 baht meal, especially in local areas, be ready for prices closer to 70 or 100 baht in central Bangkok or tourist hotspots. The reality is all about creating a sustainable, healthy diet that blends the amazing affordability of local food with the comforts of home, and learning to navigate the costs of both. All right, let's talk about the vision that fuels 1,000 daydreams, the paradise apartment. You can picture it, can't you? A sleek, modern condo in a high-rise, complete with a sparkling rooftop infinity pool, a state-of-the-art gym, maybe a sauna, all for the price of a closet in a major Western city. And here's the thing. That dream is, for the most part, astonishingly true. In a city like Chiang Mai, you can find a nice one-bedroom condo in a building with all those amenities for somewhere between 10,000 to 15,000 baht a month, with high-end luxury spots running from 19,000 to 22,000 baht. Even in the heart of Bangkok, you can find incredible deals that are worlds away from the rental prices in cities like New York or London. But getting your hands on that dream apartment requires a dose of reality, the housing hustle. It's not as simple as scrolling a website and signing a lease from your couch. The market just works differently here. The best deals are often found on the ground, by literally walking into condo buildings and asking the management office if they have units for rent. You'll deal with all kinds of landlords, from professional property managers to individuals renting out their one investment property, and each has their own way of doing things. Then there's the financial side. You'll almost always need to pay a 2-month security deposit plus the first month's rent up front, all in cash. That means you need a pretty big chunk of money ready to go the second you find a place you love. And while the rent is low, you have to budget for utilities. Your electricity bill, especially in the hot season when the air conditioner is your best friend, can be a surprisingly high expense, sometimes adding another 2,400 baht or more to your monthly total. Your location also completely changes the numbers. That affordable condo in Chiang Mai would cost way more in a prime Bangkok neighborhood or on a popular island like Phuket, where rents can easily jump to 30,000 or 40,000 baht for something similar. So the reality isn't just about the cheap price. It's about the legwork, understanding the upfront costs, and picking a location that balances your budget with your lifestyle. The Paradise apartment is very real and attainable, but you've got to hustle a bit to make it yours. One of the deepest, most powerful pulls of Thailand is its culture, which is everywhere you look. The dream is wandering through the quiet grounds of a 700-year-old temple, the air thick with incense, the sound of tiny bells tinkling in the breeze. It's the spectacle of festivals like Songkran, the Thai New Year, where the whole country explodes into a massive, joyous water fight, or Loi Krathong, where thousands of candlelit floats are released onto the water in an incredible display of light and reverence. This is the Thailand you see in pictures, a land of golden Buddhas, ornate buildings, and deep spiritual traditions that feel both ancient and very much alive. It's a powerful mix of beauty and calm that feels like the perfect cure for the frantic pace of modern life back home. But the reality of living here is about more than just looking at the pretty temples. It means you have to actively understand and take part in the subtle but super important rules of daily etiquette that hold Thai society together. This is a culture built on respect, harmony, and a saving face. The beautiful way gesture, that polite greeting with palms pressed together, is something you'll do dozens of times a day, and you'll learn that the height of your hands and the depth of your bow change depending on who you're talking to. You learn the unspoken rules. Never touch someone on the head, which is seen as the most sacred part of the body. You learn to be mindful of your feet and never point them at people or religious icons, as they're considered the lowest part of the body. You learn to dress modestly at temples, covering your shoulders and knees as a sign of respect. But maybe the trickiest part is figuring out communication. Thai culture often favors being indirect to avoid conflict and help everyone save face. A direct no can feel rude, so you learn to read the subtle clues in a yes that might really mean maybe or that's going to be difficult. Truly immersing yourself in the culture means you stop being a tourist who just appreciates the temples and become a resident who respects the intricate social web that holds everything together. It's a learning curve that takes patience, observation, and a real desire to adapt. So we've covered food, housing, and the deep cultural fabric here. Of course, the cost of living is the thread tying all of this together, and it's wild how different it is around the globe. I'm honestly curious, what's the average rent for a simple one-bedroom apartment in your city? Drop a number in the comments below. I'd love to see the comparisons. The dream of getting around in Thailand is one of total freedom and affordability. For just a handful of coins, you can explore in ways that are just impossible in most Western countries. In Bangkok, the BTS SkyTrain and MRT subway are modern, clean, and efficient, flying you over the city's notorious traffic for less than a couple of bucks a ride. If you want to see the country, overnight trains and cheap buses can take you from the capital to the northern mountains or southern beaches for a tiny fraction of what a train ticket costs in Europe. And then you have the iconic tuk-tuk, the symbol of Southeast Asian adventure, ready to zip you through back alleys. For many, the ultimate freedom is renting a scooter, letting you explore winding country roads and find hidden beaches on your own time, all for just a few dollars a day. But the reality of daily transport is a dance with organized chaos. That freedom comes with its own headaches. Bangkok's traffic is legendary for a reason. The city can turn into a giant parking lot during rush hour, making a short trip last forever if you're in a car or taxi. And while the SkyTrain is great, it doesn't go everywhere. So many trips involve a combination of the train, a taxi, and walking. And we have to talk about the scooter. While it offers freedom like nothing else, it's also the biggest source of risk for foreigners in Thailand. The roads can be unpredictable, and safety standards are very different from what you're probably used to. It's a choice that demands extreme caution, a good helmet, and excellent insurance. The tuk-tuk reality is also a little different from the dream. In touristy areas, you'll have to bargain hard to avoid the tourist price, which can be multiple times the local rate. You also learn to be wary of any driver who tells you your destination is closed and offers to take you to a special gem shop or tailor instead. It's a classic scam. The truth about transport in Thailand is that while it's cheap and gives you incredible access to the country, getting around safely and efficiently takes some street smarts, patience, and a healthy dose of awareness. This is one of the biggest draws right now, the digital nomad dream. The vision is powerful. You're sitting in a cool, open-air cafe in Chiang Mai, a global hub for remote workers. Your laptop is open, you're handling business for clients back home, and you're sipping on a fresh coconut. Your workday wraps up at 3 p.m., and your toughest decision is whether to go for a swim, get a 1-hour massage for $10, or meet up with other nomads for sunset drinks. This lifestyle, where you earn in a strong currency and spend in Thai baht, gives you a level of freedom and work-life balance that seems impossible back home. The internet is fast, the community is awesome, and the low cost of living takes away the financial stress, letting you focus on your work and well-being. Now, for the reality that holds this whole dream up, the visa. For years, the digital nomad scene here was in a legal gray area. People would string together tourist visas and do visa runs to other countries every few months. While that still happens, it's a stressful and shaky way to live. The good news is the situation has become much clearer. In 2024, Thailand officially launched the Destination Thailand Visa, or DTV, which is essentially the digital nomad visa we've all been waiting for. It's a game changer, valid for 5 years and allowing multiple entries, with each stay lasting up to 180 days, which can then be extended for another 180 days inside Thailand. But, and this is a big but, it's not as simple as just showing up. The reality is bureaucracy. To get the DTV, you have to prove you work remotely, and critically, you need to show you're financially stable. The current requirement is to have a bank balance of at least 500,000 Thai baht, about $13,500 USD, for the months before you apply. You have to gather a stack of documents like proof of employment or freelance work and apply from outside Thailand at a Thai embassy. It takes planning, saving, and a good amount of paperwork. So while the dream of working from your laptop in paradise is more legal and accessible than ever, the reality is that it's built on a foundation of bureaucratic hurdles and financial requirements you have to be ready to tackle. A massive factor, especially for retirees or families, is the promise of Thailand's healthcare. The dream is hearing about world-class, internationally accredited hospitals that feel like 5-star hotels, where a checkup or minor procedure costs a tiny fraction of what it would in a place like the United States. You can see a specialist in a private hospital for a consultation that costs around 1,000 to 3,000 baht, or about $27 to $82. The facilities are often incredible, with English-speaking staff and a level of care that can be mind-blowing. This reputation for high-quality, affordable care makes Thailand a top spot for medical tourism and gives huge peace of mind to potential expats. It feels like the best of both worlds, top-tier medicine without the terrifying price tag. But the crucial reality behind this dream is one simple, non-negotiable word: insurance. That affordable price is relative. While a checkup is cheap, a serious accident or a major illness could still land you with a medical bill in the tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Without insurance, a medical emergency could wipe out your life savings. The reality is that living in Thailand without comprehensive health insurance is a massive, unacceptable gamble. Navigating the insurance market is a job in itself. You have local Thai plans and international expat plans. Local plans are generally cheaper, but often have lower coverage limits and might not be accepted at all the top international hospitals. Expat health insurance from global providers offers much higher coverage, often over $1 million US, and works in other countries, but the premiums are also much higher, potentially a few $100s a month depending on your age and health. Many long-term visas, like the Retirement OA visa, now have mandatory health insurance requirements with minimum coverage amounts. So, the reality isn't just about enjoying low-cost care. It's about responsibly planning for the worst-case scenario. You have to budget for a solid insurance plan as a fixed, essential monthly cost, right alongside your rent. Finally, let's talk about the people. The dream of Thailand is right there in its nickname, the land of smiles. It's a vision of a place filled with warm, friendly, and welcoming people. Thai culture is famously non-confrontational and hospitable, and on the surface, this dream is completely true. You will be met with smiles everywhere you go. From the person selling you street food to the shopkeeper, there is a gentleness in daily interactions that is a beautiful and refreshing change from the chaos of many Western cultures. This welcoming vibe makes it easy to feel comfortable and safe, and it's a big part of why people fall in love with the country on their first trip. But the reality of going from a tourist to a resident is knowing the difference between surface-level friendliness and building real, deep connections. While Thai people are incredibly welcoming, the cultural and language barriers are real. The first few months of expat life can feel a bit lonely. Your conversations might be limited to transactional chats in broken English, and it can be hard to break through that into real friendship. This is where the expat bubble comes in. It's easy to find and connect with other foreigners who share your language and background, and this community can be a lifeline, especially at first. However, the most rewarding reality comes when you really try to bridge that gap. This means being patient, stepping out of your comfort zone, and most importantly, learning some of the Thai language. Even learning basic phrases, hello, thank you, numbers, how to order food, opens up a whole new world. It shows respect and a real interest in the culture. And you'll find those surface smiles turn into genuine curiosity and chances for real connection. The reality is that building a true community in Thailand with both locals and expats takes time and effort. It's a challenge, but meeting it is what turns a temporary stay into a life where you feel like you truly belong. At the same time, you have to be smart. Like any country, scams exist. Being cautious of overly friendly strangers in tourist spots who offer deals that sound too good to be true, like the classic gem or tailor shop scams, is just part of being a savvy resident instead of a gullible tourist. So, after breaking down these 7 realities, what's the verdict on living in Thailand? It's obvious it's not some perfect, flawless fantasy. It's a real country, with all the complexities, challenges, and beautiful contradictions that come with that. It's a place where you can get a Michelin-recognized meal from a street cart for $2, but a block of imported cheese can feel like a luxury. It's a place where you can live in a condo with a rooftop pool for a fraction of Western prices, but only after you've navigated the hustle of finding it and the red tape of securing the right visa. It's a land of incredible spiritual beauty that asks you, in return, to be mindful and respectful every single day. Thailand isn't for everyone. It demands patience, an open mind, and a willingness to adapt. But for the right person, the trade-offs are more than worth it. Like we said at the start, the key to a richer life might just be spending less. A lower cost of living in Thailand isn't just a financial move, it's a tool. It's a tool that frees up your time and your mental energy. It lets you trade a life of non-stop work and money stress for one of exploration, cultural immersion, and community. It gives you the space to define wealth not by what you own, but by the richness of your daily life. For those who are willing to embrace both the dream and the reality, Thailand offers something truly unique. A chance to build a life that is not just more affordable, but infinitely more abundant. If this video gave you a realistic picture of what life in Thailand is actually like, and if you're hungry for more, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We have so much more to share about this amazing country. In our next video, we're doing a deep dive into the best and worst cities in Thailand for expats. You won't want to miss that one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.